Was courageous and inspirational, even though he didn't grab it. You can see what sort of stakes there are out there.
This is where Robran's hurting him and Treadway's not picking him up.
I think from the very first showdown to present day, the build-up is always enormous. Naturally, it's a game that the whole state gets behind. Everybody's talking about it. It's in the press, and I guess both teams desperately want to win the game. So the build-up is always great, and I guess there's a lot of pent-up emotion that you have in your body leading into the game. So basically, once you get on the field and that first ball's bounce, it's full on and very ferocious, attacking the ball on the body type of football game. Yeah, certainly some incredible individual performances too. I think Showdown 7 in 2000, Roo I think had 41 touches and kicked 4 or 5. So in that game, I think we were 7 goals down midway through the third quarter, and I think Roo just took the onus upon himself to say, no, I'm not going to put up with this. This shellacking we were getting at the time, and I think single-handedly dragged us back in the game. And I remember one where I reckon whether it was a crumb, but it was in the goal square, and it was almost like he's just bullocked his way through. It was like a bull. I think there were 2 or 3 blokes trying to tackle him in the goal square at the southern end, and he's just shrugged through 3 or 4 players and snapped a left foot goal. So it just showed his determination, his strength, that we weren't going to lose the game, and I think that epitomised the way he played and his mindset that day.
Hog. Absolute hog, wouldn't pass the ball to her. No, and that's one of those moments you talk about. Like, when we'd had a pretty ordinary start of the year, and when you need someone, your skipper, to stand up and really lead the way, he did that, and he did that a lot in his career. But for him to stand up at such an important moment, and for what rides on the showdowns, those. People talk about that, the seasons and how they pan out, but you can't shy away from the fact that the showdowns are bragging rights, and people talk about them. It makes people's footy years. It doesn't matter who finished higher on the ladder. At the end of the day, for most people, it's who won the showdowns, and to come back, I think we were down a fair way too in the third quarter. And to come back, and I think I was able to kick a goal that might have put us in front, or I remember ball coming out of the ruck, and I had Nick Stevens following me around, so I was able to shake him and kick a goal that put us in front. The boys got pretty excited, and it was a great team effort to be able to come back, but on the shoulders of our skipper. He had that fighting spirit, and often we look to blokes like your leaders to lift you, and a lot of those times, and history will say that someone like Mark Rashudo stood up a lot. He lived for those moments, particularly showdowns. For some reason he used to rise to the occasion. I think he owns about 80 showdown medals or something. He'll tell you he owns all of them. They probably should rename it the Mark Rashudo game, because he'd own most of the showdown medals. But it's one of those moments that you always there's always something about those games that you remember.
The great thing about the rivalry is the win-loss is almost always very even for both sides. So it's not like one side has had total domination over the other. I guess as you look back over history, there's been a couple of years in a row where we've been on top, and then tables have turned and Port's been on top. But I think with the closeness of the win-loss ledger, it just shows that it's, regardless of who plays, regardless of positions on the ladder, they're just very evenly fought contests, and very hard contests, which are great spectacle to watch. And I guess when you're victorious, they're fantastic games to be involved in.
Days, you get games of football like this, a magnificent performance by Adelaide.
Follow the Crows on Twitter at Adelaide_FC.
Use the hashtag GoCrows in your footy tweets, and follow our players too.
Like me.
Follow me at Daniel Talia 12.
At 11M Wright.
Follow me at Sam Jacobs 24. No, follow me, RJ Douglas 26.
Follow me at Tomo 05. I'm flat out on Twitter.